Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Matt and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Movo MTP-11. This is a motorized time-lapse head. It's very much on like the low-end budget. I've been using it for the past couple weeks and I have to tell you, this is like an incredible tool. Anyone who's doing any type of videography, whether it's vlogs or commercial work or anything like that, this thing is really neat and you can get some really cool shots with it. I'm just gonna give you a brief overview of what the unit actually is and what it does, and then I'm gonna go over my thoughts on it just from using it for the past couple of weeks. First, what comes in the box when you buy this? Obviously, it comes with the time-lapse head itself. It comes with a USB-A to USB mini or micro, whatever the phone charger is, for charging. The battery is built into the unit itself, so there's no external batteries needed. It comes with a GoPro to 1/4-inch female mount. It comes with a smartphone to 1/4-inch clamp mount, a 1/4-inch to 1/2-inch adapter. Obviously it comes with the paperwork like the instruction manual, all that, the warranty, and it also comes with a nice compact carrying bag that you can fit all of your accessories, the head and the wire into when you're transporting it. I really like the fact that the GoPro and phone mounting options were made available, and it comes with this product. Being that this is a lower end consumer product and not everyone's going to be using a mirrorless DSLR camcorder style body, so this really just opens up the availability to a lot more people. The first time I was charging the unit, it did take some time just to get it charged fully the first time, but I've been using it for a couple of weeks and, you know, intermittent use. I'm not making like full time-lapse videos, but just regular usage with some of my other videos, and it has been totally fine. I haven't had to charge it since. That being said, I would just suggest charging it overnight, that whenever you know you're gonna need to use it. Next up, I'm gonna talk about some of the settings you can adjust on the unit itself. The first setting is duration. Duration is the amount of rotation in degrees you want your camera to pan or tilt in the full execution of a time-lapse. This setting comes in intervals of numerous degrees of rotation, with a full 360 degrees being the maximum rotation amount. Rotation time, or RT as it's labeled on the device, rotation time allows you to set how long you want your time-lapse to take to execute in 4 different lengths of time. You have 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and 60 minutes. Finally, you have the direction of the rotation. This is really simple. All this does is change whether the head of the device turns clockwise or counterclockwise. This may be a little nitpicky, but the naming of the settings for the duration and rotation time don't really make sense, especially when you first pull it out of the box. Duration is defined as the time during which something continues. However, on this device, it is a measurement of the rotation you actually want it to make in degrees. Again, this is a little nitpicky, but when I first pulled it out of the box, it was a little confusing. Once you work with it a couple of times, so you get the picture. So let's go over the basic operations of the unit. First of all, I'm gonna mount my camera. For this, I'm gonna use my GoPro just because I'm filming with my CX-10 right now. The manual warns that you shouldn't like manually rotate the rotating plate portion of the unit to prevent damage to the motor itself. So just be aware of that when you're mounting whatever accessories you want onto the rotating head. Just be a little careful with that. Next, I will turn on the unit with the switch on the side. You'll see the light indicators turn on, just showing you that the unit is indeed on. Next up, what you're gonna do is actually set your duration, which is the angle of rotation, and the rotation time, which is how long you want it to take to execute the time lapse. I'm going to set my degrees, which is under the duration, to 45 degrees, and I'm gonna set my rotation time for 15 minutes. And you can see the little LED indicators on the unit indicating that my Duration is set to 45 degrees and my rotation time is set to 15 minutes. Finally, I'm going to change the direction that the unit is actually going to be rotating in. The unit, when you first turn it on, it defaults to rotating clockwise. In order to change the direction from clockwise to counterclockwise, all you do is you press the duration and the RT button at the same time, and you'll see the light indicator for DIR, direction, turn off, and that means you're going to be rotating counterclockwise. Now that the camera is going to be mounted to the head, all of your settings are how you want them to be. What you're going to do first is just start recording on your camera. Once you've done that, you're going to press the start button in the middle of the unit, and that will start the rotation. You'll actually see the rotation time light start flashing, and that's just an indicator that the movement has started. Just because the settings we selected are going to be very slow, it's only 45 degrees over 15 minutes, you may not really be able to notice any significant rotation from the camera or the head itself when you first start. That's not a big deal. As long as the light indicator is flashing, that does mean that it is working. At this point, the unit has started rotating, we are recording. Now it's just a waiting game. After the 15 minutes are up, the LED indicator will stop blinking and go back to being solid. So let's see the results. I wrote out a script for my response to the shot, but I actually wound up filming this all sequentially. So I actually just did the time lapse and I just looked at it and I'm like very happy. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better day with the clouds and everything like that. But you can see how much of a difference having that organic movement in camera with the motorized head actually provides, especially when the clouds are racing across the sky. It actually was following the movement of the clouds. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what this unit is able to provide for your videos. Prior to me getting this piece of equipment, I would do a lot of my movements with my time lapses in post-production using keyframes, and you don't really get the same quality video, plus you're cropping in on your footage, which is going to diminish the quality. So this definitely provides more of an organic feel to your movements with time lapses. I just wanted to give kind of like an overview on my thoughts of this piece of equipment after using it for the past couple of weeks. Ease of use. The first and probably most important benefit of this product is how easy it is to just get started using the product and how easy it is to use it in the fields. This product absolutely packs a punch when it comes to its visual enhancements in any of your videos, and I barely need to go out my way to implement it when I'm out in the fields. The setup time is less than 5 minutes. I'm not a huge fan of products that can only be used through apps on your phone because I don't always have my phone on me, and I found that for most instances I'm spending too much time fiddling with my phone just to get a simple shot that shouldn't take that long. The buttons on the unit itself allow me to dial in my settings to what I need in order to get the shot I'm trying to achieve. It's very convenient just to have everything right here on the unit itself. The build. I mentioned this before, but I want to mention again how convenient it is having all the buttons straight on the body itself, especially for run and gun shooting. Again, I don't like having to pull out my phone and fiddle around with it when I'm trying to just get a simple shot. The simplistic design and build of this unit really makes it a pleasure to work with. The body is some kind of metal, and the rotating head plate actually has this like rubberized cover preventing the bottom of your cameras from getting scratched up. It definitely could take a beating. I could probably drop it a few times before anything happened to it. The unit itself is slightly larger than the palm of my hand, and it's about, I'd say, 4 inches tall. So it's relatively small for a piece of equipment like this. I personally feel that it is well worth the space it takes up. It really hasn't been any inconvenience to lug this around with me and just throw it in my bag when I'm going out to shoot something. Battery indicator. One thing I wish this unit indicated was battery life remaining. I've been using this unit on and off for about 2 weeks without charging it at all. which is great. That's awesome that the battery lasts that long and it's all built in. The only problem is I don't know if I'm gonna run out of battery while I'm shooting something that I need this to work for. That being said, the battery has lasted a fairly long time with, you know, regular usage. I'm not filming entire time-lapse videos. I'm filming shots here and there, so it definitely works for that. I haven't tried plugging in a battery bank into this just in case of emergencies if it runs out of battery while I'm on a shoot. But I'm assuming that would work if you plugged in a battery bank and had it running while it was charging. So that also is an option. The last thing I want to mention about this is the adaptability. The nice thing about this unit is it's so simple, and there's so many different ways you could implement this into a rig. Especially you have 1/4 inch on top and the 1/2 inch on the bottom. I have the adapter in it right now so I can mount it to my tripod. But this is really awesome because it allows you to kind of do a Mod Podge of different equipment builds just to get, you know, if you have a certain shot you want to do, it's really versatile. It's kind of like just, there's not too much limiting it from being one specific thing, which I love that. That's such an important feature to me. The simple summary is that this unit is exactly what it says it is. It's a time-lapse head. There's not too many features on it, but that's not always a bad thing, especially for equipment with such a specific use as this. I really don't want to be spending too much time going through 50 different features for something that really only needs 3.
So I hope you enjoyed this video. I never make these review videos with the hopes of swaying someone to buy something or not. I genuinely think this is a really cool tool that a lot of filmmakers would get great use out of. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.